see the best of them, Jando. 25 to life and they can't stop. Never met a man that they can't talk. We're talking on the phones, they can hear us.
When you got dumb cake up in the say that they be waiting for you in the...
All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the... .32.
Protect yourself, baby. Not my house, baby. Not my house. Not my house.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! Grind 38! Grind 38! Flex round! Flex round!
This is Coleman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on 1st down. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Hut! Hut!
He'll look to throw. Drops it off for Coleman. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now back to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And no room to maneuver there. Give them a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to wind up in air. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Saquon Barkley, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route just to go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if the quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you could do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
That's fielded in the end zone. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try and at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go! What? 90! What? 90! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Hut!
They'll set up a throw. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll toss it to Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Come on, let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the 1st half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels, defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the third level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now this time he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. He'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd down, that's Coleman. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30, 10, for touchdown, Packers. Tevin Coleman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So out come the Falcons now. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Flex round! Flex round!
He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Two 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Here's a give to Barkley. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold them.
They'll drop to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Ohio! Ohio!
The pitch goes to Barkley, and he's going to be met at about the 43. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play, only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers, everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They begin the drive with Coleman. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. A first throw for the backup, Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Let's go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A handoff to Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
Back to throw now on 1st down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books. But now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 52 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Open space inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They get it to him running left. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. They'll set up to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There was nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Flex round! Here we go! What? 90! What? 90!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Tack McKinley in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Hut! Hut!
Back to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back now in Atlanta. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And this one is right through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And a good return as he'll be stopped just. Shy of the 30-yard line. And now the Packers get set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Called in by Anderson, left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He got 29 yards that time. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now Wilson on first down. Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Let's go get it right here. Come on. I'll go special. I'll go special. All right, Randy. Hey.
Here's Coleman. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Right back to him on first down. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here's Nick Chubb, former prep and collegiate star here in the state of Georgia. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Second and goal from the 6 this time. They get it to him running left. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are an extra point away from taking the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. Some tough running, but it only gets him to the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
He's back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and that's going to make it 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. Well, that would have been something if he could have saved him from that long distance there in the closing seconds, but it was just not meant to be.
They needed a little more time and a little more yardage to give him a realistic shot. And that kick's a good metaphor for this game, isn't it? They're going to wind up a little short in the end.
Coleman, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Packers, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now.